Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Monday evening, a live session edition. And today we are going to learn about some live case studies, some Lean Six Sigma product case studies. The objective of learning case studies is um, how Lean Six Sigma can be applied into various industries. And once we get a grip of the case studies and the tools of Lean Six Sigma, then we can literally uh, go to any industry and solve their problem. So that confidence we want to inculcate into this. Okay. So before that, before we begin, let's start with our ritual. First, welcome the new members. Who are the new members today in the room? Just type me in the chat box. Let's first welcome them in the community. Just type me in the chat box, guys, if you are attending this first time. Okay. Super. Who is HP? I don't know. Maybe you have to just rename yourself. Okay, Dr. Gandhi is there. Rajat Mishra is there. Just type me in the chat box, everybody. The new members in the room. If you're attending this session first time, just type me in the chat box. Yeah, team, let's check the other team members, whether they have received. Uh, yeah. Yes, okay. Everybody just type welcome new members in the chat box. Okay, HP is Yogesh. All right, fantastic. Everybody just type welcome, welcome, welcome new members. And so this is a community of Lean Six Sigma leaders. It is not community of, just so we are developing leaders, and Lean Six Sigma is one of the tool we are learning. Okay. Apart from that, we are learning a lot of other skill sets as well. Now let's focus on today's topic, which is nothing but the case studies and why case studies are so important. Okay. Now, uh, see, Lean Six Sigma is a project-driven methodology. Understand this, okay? Uh, yeah. So for the new members, what I will do is I will cover. So my target is to cover at least one one what you can say case study completely. Okay. If time permits, I will take another case study as well, and I'll take two distinct case studies today so that you can correlate with this. Okay, so first I will cover a chemical industry case study. Second, I will cover a IT industry case study. So this is what my target is. Let's say how it goes. Okay, it depends on the timeline. And final 10-15 minutes, I will open the forum for the question and answers. Okay, so you can unmute and ask any question related to that case study or any other question if you have related to Lean Six Sigma, your project, your career, or your studies, whatever. Okay, chalo. So see, in Lean Six Sigma, basically, it's a project driven methodology, right? So it is project driven. DMAC is project driven. Remember this, okay? So project meaning solving the problem in a very short span of time. Project meaning solving the problem in a very short span of time. So as DMAC is a project driven methodology, now one of the advantage what we have with this DMAC methodology is, as I always claim this, okay, this is my big claim. And why I can give this claim, why I can do this claim, because of I have experienced this myself, and my all the mentees are also experiencing this claim. The claim is you can go to absolutely every industry and solve their problem. You can go to every industry. So it does not matter if you are from pharmaceutical, you can only solve pharmaceutical problem. Okay. Because as you are expert in this framework, this DREAMAC framework, and if you understand the core tools, which will give you confidence to literally go to any industry and solve their problem. And the secret behind this confidence, okay, is in this partnership model. Okay, what is the partnership model? You can make a note of this. The partnership model, what SNG basically follows. Okay, yeah, it is called partnership model. Okay, this partnership model is called as domain plus DMAC model. Make a note of this, everybody. Domain plus DMAC. Can you just type this domain plus DMAC in the chat box, please, for me? Everybody, just type domain plus DMAC and let me explain you what do I mean by that. Let it get sink in. First, we will understand the core of this. Okay. Now, during our introductory session of Yellow Belt, yes, everybody just type domain and DMAC. So, see in the live session also, the same thing we apply, we have to be actively participative as well. All right. Now, in the introductory session of Yellow Belt, you would have seen, I have shown multiple companies as our clients. Okay. So, what is the core message from that? The core message is you need not to be expert in all the domains, all the industries, because you cannot. One person cannot be, or one company for that matter, cannot be expert in all the domains. Okay, you cannot be expert in pharmaceutical as well as oil and gas, as well as insurance, as well as banking, as well as IT, as well as BPO. You cannot master all these domains. Okay. What we do is we do partnership with the clients. Understand this. Okay. And this partnership is, so the domain knowledge, what we are talking about here, this domain knowledge is already there with the client, right? Client already knows their own domain, correct? What we bring on the table is this DMAC knowledge. We give them the framework of problem solving, and along with them, we solve the problem. Are you understanding? And this model is called a partnership model. There are two advantages that basically breaks all the barriers of your domain specific knowledge expertise, because that is not required at all. Okay. See, if you have some domain expertise, that will add up. Okay, that will add on. But if you don't have, that will not stop you to solve the problem. Okay. And second challenge is, second advantage is, those people, the company people, the client people will get, okay, the knowledge of how to solve the problem in this framework. So you are transferring the knowledge of this DMAC, and for this project matter, they are also transferring some of the domain knowledge to you as well. Okay. And that's why it is called as domain plus DMAC, partnership. So domain, already the client people has that knowledge, and DMAC knowledge you are bringing on the table, and that's how you are solving the problem together and not alone. Are you clear with this simple model? Just type yes in the chat box. Are you clear with this? Just give me yes. Simple. Okay. So partner with your client and solve the problem together. Clear? Very good. Everybody? Superb. Now with this, it will give you confidence. Now all the barriers of your specific industry knowledge will collapse. That is not required. And I will show you how, because we will go through the same sequence of the DMAC framework, the DMAC tools. So if you go through that, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, etc., you will get a confidence like, okay, so I can do this. Okay, I can do this in this process. I can do this in that process as well. Okay, that confidence I want to inculcate in you. I want to develop in you. Okay, now let me share my screen, share my PowerPoint presentation. First, I will share my chemical industry case study. Okay, so this is one of the big chemical fertilizer industry, which I'm sharing with you. The case study. Now, again, this particular project, okay, it's an old project, by the way. This particular project was done by a consultant who was a non-technical consultant who didn't have the technical expertise. Let's say I'm coming from a mechanical engineering background, okay, or industrial engineering background. So he was not from engineering background. He was from a science graduation background, okay, and he was into consulting, and he was, but of course, that's the point, right? So even if you are not expert in some technicalities or some domain expertise, still you can solve the problem. Okay. Now let's come to this. This particular project was reduction of specific steam, reduction in specific steam consumption of TG. Now in this case, TG meaning turbo generator. Now, a lot of people will not understand. Some of you might understand this. I will explain you in a very simple language, so that even a non-technical person, even a commerce graduate, a CA, a doctor also can understand this. Okay, so you need not to be a chemical engineer or a mechanical engineer to understand this project. Now, reduction in specific steam consumption of TG. Now, let's understand first, what does that mean? Okay. So this is called as, yeah, what is this diagram called as? Type in the chat box. Anybody knows? You would have seen this kind of diagram, right? Yeah, what is this diagram called as? Everybody, type in the chat box. You can make mistakes here. This is a forum. This is a platform to make mistakes, okay? Flow chart, okay? What else? Flow chart. Type in the chat box, everybody. Process diagram, okay? Process flow chart, process flow diagram. Very good. Fantastic. So this is how the process is flowing from one point to another point. Okay? PFD, exactly. Process flow diagram. Now, in this case, we are talking about specific steam consumption. So I will come to that specific steam consumption. So let's talk about turbo generator. Now, let's forget about everything. For that non-technical person, what he has understood is, let's say there is a boiler. Okay, understand this. There is a boiler. What does boiler do? Very simple logical question. What does boiler do? Type in the chat box. The name itself suggests a common, it's a logical question. It boils the water. It boils the water. Very simple. Correct? It boils the water and steam gets generated. Are you understanding? So here the steam gets generated, high pressure steam. Now there is something called turbine. What is TG? I told about TG, right? TG is nothing but turbine and generator combination, which is called as turbo generator. Just for your understanding. So there is a boiler, and that steam which is generated in boiler is going to a turbine. Now turbine rotates, right? We have learned in the science, in our school education as well, right? The hydrogen, the hydro turbine, right? Hydro turbine, which is the dam. The dam water flows down, and there is a big blade, and there is a big fan kind of a thing which rotates, and it's called a turbine. Similarly, this steam is rotating the turbine, and generator which is coupled with that is generating electricity out of this steam. Are you understanding? So this electricity is used in this process. Clear? Everybody clear with me? Just type yes in the chat box. So steam is generating, that steam is rotating the turbine which is coupled with the generator which is generating electricity. That's it. Itna samajh mein aaya, that's it. Baki chhod do. Clear a basic fundamental. Okay. Yeah. Is my screen visible to everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Screen visible hai na? Kisi ne to likha screen is not visible. Visible. Okay. Who said screen is not visible? Okay. Somebody said that. Can you just check? ऊपर थोड़ा सा. हाँ. Okay. I think visible. एक बार अगर if you are on the if you are on the mobile phone, maybe just switch the screen. Maybe second screen में आपको मिल जाएगा ये. Okay. Now once you understand this, then we go to this. Okay. What is the tool? Now you got to see. You may not understand the main core domain specific knowledge, but you have to identify the tool. Okay, everybody. What is the name of the tool? Type in the chat box. What is the name of the tool? Everybody. Just by observing the tool, you have to understand what is the name of the tool. Type in the chat box. And you can absolutely make mistakes. We are here to make mistakes. Because confusion creates clarity. Write this down. Confusion create clarity. Yeah, Minitab is the software from which we have made this. But this, so people are saying time series plot. Few people are saying control chart. Yes, it is made by, Minitab. Absolutely, yes, correct. This is called as control chart. Okay, what is the difference between time series plot and a control chart? Time series plot does not have the mean, which is this value, this line. Okay, this center line, time series plot will not have. and the control limits, which is upper control limit and the lower control limit, time series plot will not have. That's the only difference. Otherwise, this is also a time series plot with these three lines. Okay. Mean, X bar line, upper control and lower control line. Okay. So these are the three extra lines we get in the time series plot that makes this time series plot control chart. So this is a control chart. Now in the control chart, what are we observing? The average is 4.7701. Now, what is that? We will come to know. But this is the specific steam consumption every day's data. So they have a measurement system of specific steam consumption. And right now that is 4.7701. Okay. That is the current consumption, specific steam consumption. All right. Now, what does that mean exactly? We will come to know with the next tool, which is called as, now what is this? Type in the chat box, everybody. I will show you the tool. You have to identify the tool because most of them I have covered in the yellow belt as well. So even if you are new, even if you have joined yesterday, you can identify these tools. Haji, bataiye. Bataiye. Type, everybody type in the chat box. What is that? No, it is not MSA. स्लाइड का टॉपिक ही उसमें ऊपर दिया हुआ है. आई एम आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन with the name of the slide written. It is project charter. Okay, this is called project charter. Remember, problem statement, goal statement, business case, all those things in a tabular format. It's called project charter, right? Now here, the title of the project is to reduce specific steam consumption of turbo generator. Okay. So the problem, if you remember, we have written the problem statement, goal statement exercise in the yellow belt as well. So it is the same fair format. Data collected from April to September indicates that high specific steam consumption of 4.77 metric ton per megawatt. What does it mean? It means to generate 1 megawatt electricity. Now, just try to understand this. To generate 1 megawatt electricity, we require 4.77 metric ton steam, specific steam. And that specific steam is very expensive to generate. And that is the reason they want to reduce that specific steam consumption to generate 1 megawatt electricity. Now, how did they get 4.77 metric ton? From this diagram, from this actual data. Are you clear? So this is called 4.77 average daily specific steam consumption. So they have taken this data from there and then they have defined their problem that 4.77 is what is the current specific steam consumption. So what is business case? Business case is nothing but why this project is important for the business right now. Okay. So they have written that because of the hike in the fuel gas. Now understand this. Why specific steam consumption has to be reduced. So they have given the reason for this, meaning why we should do this project. Okay. So recent steep hike in the fuel gas price make it more prudent to reduce the energy consumption in all areas. So energy consumption reduction is the overall umbrella. And in this umbrella, they have selected this particular pie, which is the specific steam consumption of the turbo generator. So they have taken the target from 4.77 to 4.65. Are you clear till now? Just type yes in the chat box. Are you clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. We need not to understand deeper into this. Okay, just understand the tools, basic tools, and overall what project we are talking about here. Okay, utna basic understanding bhi aa gaya, so that will be more than enough for us. Clear? Super. Now this is the potential saving of the project. Okay, so the current specific steam consumption is 4.77, targeted consumption is 4.65, and saving is, so they have reduced it to, meaning what is the difference? 0.12 metric ton per megawatt hours. Okay, so current power generation is this. So this is the calculation, and ultimately guys, per annum, okay, it is 146 lakhs, which is 1.46 crore, very close to 1.5 crore rupiah per annum. Okay, now every project potential saving has to be calculated in per annum basis. Make a note of this. Write this down in your notepad. Any project saving, potential saving has to be calculated in per annum basis and not per month basis, etc. Per month, per quarter नहीं करना है, per month basis पे ही उसको calculation करना है. Clear? And this has to be validated from the finance head. Are you clear with these 2 points? So the potential saving has to be calculated in an annualized format per annum. Why? So that the top management can understand what is the cost for the project and what is the financial impact we are getting. So decision making becomes easier. Resource allocation becomes easier. Focus becomes easier. Clear? So annualized saving calculation and all the data points have to be validated by finance head. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. Just give me yes. Very, very important. Now we will not go into the details of how they have calculated because, you know, that is not our domain, right? Clear? Hai? This is applicable everywhere. This is applicable everywhere. Now, in some cases, direct potential saving may not be possible. Okay, so that is okay. Okay, every project may not be a cost saving project or there may not be some financial impact. I will speak about it. Okay. Now, what is this tool? Type in the chat box, everybody. This tool is called as stakeholder analysis. In the green belt level, all the new members, you will understand stakeholder analysis in the define phase itself. Okay, this is called as stakeholder analysis. Very important tool. This tool defines what is the current engagement level of each and every stakeholder. What is stakeholder? Stakeholder meaning the departments, people or functions who are impacting or getting impacted because of the project. I repeat again. The people, functions or departments who are impacting this project or getting impacted because of this project are called as stakeholders. Clear? So in this case, what is their current engagement level in this project can be basically shown. This is one of the brilliant most tool I have come across to gauge the engagement level of the people, because it's a very, very tough job. You cannot, what you can say, you cannot gauge the engagement level of the people because people speak something, but their actions speak something else, right? That's the reason this becomes very, very important for us to gauge what is the current engagement level of the people. Because see, Lean Six Sigma is a team approach, right? It's a team activity. So if the team is working together, team is aligned to a same goal, then it becomes very easy for the team leader, right, to drive the project. If they are not following, if they are not supporting, then it becomes very difficult. Imagine, let's say Rohit Sharma, who is captaining Indian cricket, but you know, their fielding is not supporting them, or support staff is not supporting, or batsmen are not doing enough runs, bowlers are not taking wickets. So what he, as a captain, what he can do? He'll be frustrated, right? So this analysis basically will align everybody, you know, on the same target. Okay, so stakeholder analysis is a very important tool. Then after that, this is called as process capability analysis, where we find out what is the current sigma level. Is it on 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 4 sigma? Okay, that exactly we find out with this process capability analysis. And we have done a lot of live programs on process capability analysis. Now, for the new members, okay, there is just as we are going ahead, just save this number, everybody. Right now, okay, save this number. All the new members, save this number, and all the live sessions recordings are available in masterclass archive folder. Okay, in your LMS system, you will find masterclass archive, including today's sessions recording. It will be available. Okay, so recently we have done a 6-pack. I think on my, on Saturday only, right? We have done the 6-pack analysis just day before, right? So I would highly urge you guys, you know, on just last Saturday, because the new members were not there in the community. So on what was the date? It was, I think, 15th, right? 15th of March. So you can go to Masterclass archive folder and just scroll down at the bottom. You will find the 6-pack analysis in which we have explained about how the process capability is done in very much detail. So please go through that and check that out, that particular case study, okay? That particular video, all right? Everybody clear with this? Then save this number. This is the mentor's number, WhatsApp number. This is not for calling, only for WhatsApp, okay? The calling has been silenced on this number. Please, WhatsApp on this number and we will respond to that, okay? And you can check out all the recordings in the masterclass archive. So this is called process capability analysis. Then we go to the analyze phase. And what is this tool called? Type in the chat box, everybody. Type in the chat box. What is this tool called as? Very simple. It's fishbone analysis, right? Man, machine, method, mother nature, material, measurement. All these are fishbone, Ishikawa, 6 M's, right? So why high specific steam consumption? These are various causes they have identified. This has been followed by why analysis or root cause analysis. Okay. So this is a tabular format of why analysis, correct? So let's say, for example, loss of heat through insulation. All right. So why there has been loss of heat? Because of, let's say improper application of insulation material. Okay. While applying the material, it was not applied properly. Okay. Then not good workmanship. So workmanship was not proper because the manpower is not trained enough to do this. All right. So this is the root cause. Then deterioration of the insulation, no periodic inspection, no provision of point for specific, checking points are not available. So point not provided is the root cause. So these are the yellow colored. These are the root causes which are taken on the final, column, which is called potential root cause. Clear, everybody? So this is called root cause analysis, RCA. This is the last wala slide. Okay. See, understand this. These causes are not the only causes. There are more causes as well, but they have shown the specific, important causes only. Okay. While presenting, you may not present all the causes shown, because in presentation, we have very limited time. Top management people also have very limited time as well to review the project. So we'll show exactly the important ones only in this, tool. All right. So cause and effect followed by root cause analysis. Now, in which phase we are in? Type in the chat box. Which phase we are in? Type in the chat box. Everybody. We are in which phase of DMAC? Fantastic. So we are in the analyze phase. So every time you should remember this, which phase we are in. Okay, let's say project charter, we are in the define phase. Okay. The stakeholder analysis, we are in the define phase. Process capability analysis, we are in the measure phase. Fishbone analysis, root cause analysis, we are in the analyze phase. So we have to remember the sequence, and it will take some time for you to clear this. Once this is clear completely, then you will be more confident about this tools. Okay. So this continues. After the root cause analysis is done, then there is something called root cause prioritization. Okay. Root cause prioritization, where in this particular project, they have done severity, occurrence, and detection. This is similar to something called FMEA, which is called failure mode and effect analysis. Everybody please type FMEA in the chat box. This is not actually FMEA, but this is based on similar kind of FMEA program. Okay. FMEA. What is that? Let me write here. FMEA, which is failure mode. F meaning failure mode and effect analysis. Fantastic. Very good. Now in this, you have severity, occurrence, and detection scoring. And then we have the RPN, which is risk priority number. We multiply these 3 scores. And whatever is the highest, highest RPN, which is risk priority number, is our very top important most root causes on which we will identify the solutions. Clear? This is one way of identifying the what is the priority solutions we have to find out. So generally what we do is any RPN number, which is risk priority number, going beyond more than 125, we consider them as a critical RPN number or important RPN number, and important causes. So those causes we have to find out the solutions for. Okay. So remember this. And what is logic behind 125? It is a multiplication of 5 into 5 into 5, which is 125, right? That's the logic. So anything less than 125, we can consider. Anything above 125 is considered to be a risky root cause. Okay, clear? This is called as root cause prioritization matrix. Everybody with me till now? Just type yes. So see the sequence. First, we have identified the project. Okay. Process flow diagram, PFD we have made. Then we have collected the data in the control chart just to show what is the average. Then we have seen the project charter. Then we have seen the financial calculation. अच्छा, आपका ये स्क्रीन पे आ रहा है, एक मिनट इसको हटा देता हूं. Are you clear? After that, we have seen our process capability analysis, then fishbone, root cause analysis, then prioritization matrix. Once the prioritization matrix is done, then we come to the improve phase, right? Now, this is the tool we use. We have learned in the yellow belt as well. What is this called as? Type in the chat box. इसे क्या कहते हैं? Type in the chat box. Everybody. Scamper. Yeah, you want to see this one? Yeah, you can just take this. Scamper analysis. What is scamper? Substitute, combine, add up, modify, put to other use, eliminate, and rearrange, right? So these are the 7 trigger words. Once we have the top priority root causes with us, then we sit with the team and we do the brainstorming to find out the solutions. Now, this is the old project. Now you take help of the AI tools as well, which we are now using everywhere, right? We can make use of ChatGPT and other tools as well to brainstorm along with us. So we can add our causes, let ChatGPT add its own causes as well. And then you can, of course, verify and decide which one to take, which one to eliminate. Okay. So here, it happens like this. So all the causes are written in one column. Then team will, ask the question, can we substitute something to eliminate this cause? Then everybody will think about, for some time. If there is no solution found, then we'll go to combine. Can we combine with something with something? All right. For example, if you remember in the yellow belt section, I mentioned one root cause, which is, I drive a SUV car and which consumes a lot of my petrol, a lot of my fuel, right? So what can I combine? I can combine travel with 2 people. Rather than traveling alone, I can combine travel with 2 people or 3 people, which will reduce my cost of travel. Then I can combine petrol with CNG kit as well. So that combination, so I can use CNG whenever possible, right? So that is called combine. So these are the trigger words. So what comes in our mind with those trigger words, those solutions we will find out over there. Okay. Then so here they have identified add up, they have found some solutions, modify, they have found some solutions. So other ones, they have not found any solutions. It's okay. So we have to go ahead, right? So this way we can find out a lot of ideas and solutions. Clear? This is called scamper. So once we generate the ideas and solutions, then we go for similar kind of metrics. So earlier was the cause prioritization. Now this is a solution prioritization metrics. Okay. Now there are 2 options, we can consider. This one is this option. And there is a second option available as well. The second option is called as effort benefit analysis. This one. Okay. So the visuals is not very great, but effort benefit analysis is very simple, but very powerful option. In this, you have to identify, you have to give, high and low rating to those solutions. Okay. And they are the 4 quadrants we have to find out. On the x-axis, there is effort, and y-axis, there is benefit. Okay. So, one type of solutions are low effort and low benefit. Okay. So this is that quadrant, low effort and low benefit. LE meaning low effort and LB meaning low benefit. Okay. This upper quadrant is called as the second quadrant, which will be low effort and high benefit quadrant. Okay. So low effort meaning effort to implement that solution. Effort in case of time, resources, money, etc. It's called effort. And benefit to the project. If the benefit to the project is very high, then this will fall into this criteria. Okay. I'll give you a simple example of low effort. Low effort meaning, let's say, giving 15 minutes awareness training to your team members. It's a low effort activity. It's not a very high effort activity. Okay. High effort activity would be something like automation of your entire process. That is a high effort activity because it will have, capex, capital expenditure requirement. It will have a lot of timing, time requirement, resource requirement. So this is called high effort. Okay. So low effort, high effort. Are you clear with this? Low effort and high effort. So training to your team member is a low effort activity, and automating your entire process is a high effort activity. Are you clear with this differentiation? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai everybody? Super. The third point is, so in this third quadrant will be high effort, HE, and high benefit. Okay. And the fourth quadrant solutions will be high effort and low benefit. In this case, we have to select first quadrant and the second quadrant for implementation. Okay. Low effort, low benefit, low effort, high benefit. These we have to be selecting. High effort, high benefit, we have to escalate to the management because this will be high effort solutions, which might require a lot of, approvals, capital expenditure, etc. So this will go for approval to the management. If they approve, these solutions will be applicable, or else you have to drop those solutions. And fourth quadrant, we have to anyway drop. We have to anyway eliminate. Okay. So this is called effort benefit analysis, which is more powerful than any other tool, in my opinion. Okay. So this is called effort benefit. And so what we have done is, first in the Scamper, we generate the ideas, and in the effort benefit, we prioritize those ideas and only select low effort, low benefit, and low effort, high benefit solutions. And then we make one, action plan, solution action plan. Okay. So once the solutions are identified, finalized, then we convert those solutions into action plan, and then we decide who will implement it, who will take action, by when, and what is the status of that. Okay. Now, some of the part has been masked over here. The names, etc., have been masked because of the confidentiality. Okay. So every solution will have multiple actions, and every action will have accountable person and a target timeline. Okay. This is called a solution action plan. So once we identify the solution, prioritize solution, make the action plan, and start implementing it. Okay. Now, this is a very important insight here. Now, this comes in the last of the improve phase. Now, which means DMAIC. Okay. We are here at the end of the improve phase here. Okay. Which generally in the green belt level, this might take around 2 to 3 months time to reach here. Understand this? To reach to this point, we might take sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3 months as well. See, because in the green belt level, etc., we are not the full-time project people. We are the part-time project people. That means, along with our routine activity, additionally, we have to, drive these projects. Okay. Similarly, our project team members also will be part-timers in this particular projects, right? So time, time allocation for this activity will be a little low, right? So that's why it takes around 2 to 3 months time. So the point is that before this point, we cannot expect any kind of improvement in the project. Of course, there will be some kind of improvement because the focus is there. Okay, some low-hanging fruits also we can plug. But major improvements will come after 2 to 3 months after you start the project. Are you clear with this point? Just type yes in the chat box. Why? We should be very clear as a project leader, and we should be able to communicate to the management and other stakeholders that we have to have a little patience. If you want to see the results, we have to wait for 2 months or 3 months. Okay. It depends on, because after implementation only we will start getting results. Till this point, the paper, the project is on the paper. Have you realized this? Till this point, the entire project is happening on the Word document, on the PowerPoint, on the Excel sheet, on the Minitab, in the brains. It is not yet implemented. This is the point where we have made the action plan. Now we have started implementing and we can expect the results. Okay. So we have to be very clear in our mind, and the same has to be communicated to the top management and other stakeholders, other team members as well. Okay. Otherwise what happens is people can start expecting results. Okay. So we have started Lean Six Sigma project. 1 month has happened, but there is no progress. There is no result. So you have to basically explain them that this will come after 4th phase only. Okay. In the last phase, you can see the result. All right. So then after improvement also, we have to do the process capability analysis. Okay. The same thing. Whatever we have done in the major phase, the same thing we have done in the, improve phase as well. Okay. This is also done in the Minitab only. I will show you how to do this. Okay. See, today's agenda is not to go in the tools because it will consume a lot of our time. But last Saturday's session, you have to check the recording, okay, in the masterclass archive. Now, this is called as the same control chart, the earlier control chart in this 3 stages. Okay. Now, this is very simple to make this chart. It's very simple. You can easily make this chart. But now you can consider this. Earlier, before the project started, this was the status, which was 4.7 something like that, 4.77. So this was 4.77 average during the project. This is how during the project, and once the implementation is done, they have reached to 4.54. Okay. See, understand this. They were at 4.77. Their target was something at 4.64 or 65, something like that. Okay. But actually they have reached even less than that. So they have reached from here to here. And that's the maximum, gain they have done. Okay. So this is called as, again, it's a control chart. It is called stages, control chart in the stages, multiple stages. Okay. And I will show you whenever we will make the control charts, how to make the control charts in stages. This is very simple technique we can use. And we can consider this as well. Okay. Now, after that, after this improvement has achieved, then in the control phase, the final phase, this is called as process management chart, or we can say that process control chart. Okay. Process management or process control. Now, in this case, we have to basically, if you remember, how many of you know this equation or remember this equation? Y is equal to function of X. Everybody remember this equation? Y is equal to function of X. Everybody knows this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Anybody in the room who does not know this equation, let me know. Your output is depending on your inputs. Y is your output and X is your input, right? Now, in this case, once your Y is the specific steam consumption, in this case, your Y can be attrition, your Y can be downtime, your Y can be average call handling time. That is your Y, which is depending on all the X's, the causes basically. Now, I always give the example of taste of tea is depending on quantity of sugar, quantity of milk, quantity of tea powder, quantity of water, etc. Now, in this process management chart, to maintain the taste of tea at that level, you have to very stringently monitor each and every factor. Understand this? So you have to monitor the quantity of milk, the quality of milk. You have to monitor the quantity of sugar, quality of sugar. You have to monitor the quality of tea powder, quantity of tea powder, and all those stuff which are important, which we have identified as criticals. And this is the chart to basically do that. Okay. So what is the metric we have to do? What is the unit of measurement? Who's the responsible person? What is the frequency of data collection? Which control chart we will use to monitor this? If there is any fluctuation, who will monitor? So who will respond? What response they will do, etc. All these details have been covered in this process management chart. It will ensure that once we improve the process, it remains at that level and it does not slide back. And that is the advantage of this. Are you clear with this? Very, very important, guys. Are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. Now in this, which phase is this? Type in the chat box. Which phase are we in right now? Everybody, we should be very clear about which phase. Exactly. This is a control phase. Control meaning sustenance. Okay, so control meaning in this chart, what are the factors? In this chart, what are the factors? Factors kahan pe? So see here, first we list down the process steps. Okay. So process steps we find out from SIPOC. SIPOC is a tool we use in the in the define phase itself. Okay. So first we list down all the process steps one by one. In all the process steps, first we will be which metrics, which axis we have to monitor. Okay. So here flow we will monitor, vacuum, flow, vacuum. So these are various factors for them. Okay. Now what is the unit of measurement? Okay. Tons per hour or kilogram per centimeter square. These are the unit of measurement. Okay. Then who is the responsible person for that? Okay. So these metrics meaning the factors basically. This is the process step, and this process step, which factor I will monitor. Okay, that we will write. And what is the unit of measurement for the, okay, for tea making process? Let's say, for example, tea making process, mein first step will be, let's say, boiling the water. Okay, so I will write boiling the water. Okay, boil the water. Now, which metric I will measure? I will measure the temperature, and I will measure the time as well. How much time I have to boil? Okay, both I will monitor. So temperature ke liye it will be degree centigrade will be unit of measure. Time ke liye it will be minutes. Okay, and who will be responsible person? Let's say Mahesh will be responsible. I'll just giving you example. Frequency of data collection for every batch. Whenever you are making a cup of tea, that way you have to monitor this. Okay, and which kind of control chart? Maybe you can use eye chart. See, in the control phase, there are 7 different types of control charts we learn. Okay. So you will understand what are the different types of control charts. Accordingly, you have to select this. Okay. Now, if the timeline, let's say, for example, while monitoring, you observe that the boiling is not done. Let's say 5 minutes you have to boil. Let's say, for example, before making the tea, you have to boil the water for 5 minutes. If you observe that they are not boiling it for 5 minutes, then this is where you have to respond that if the time is less than 5 minutes, time less than 5 minutes is the response time for you, response factor for you. The moment you observe that the boiling time is not maintained at 5 minutes, immediately who will respond? Okay, who is to respond? So Mahesh will immediately escalate to the supervisor, and then what supervisor will do, that you have to write down over here. Okay, so this is how this entire process management chart is made, and very stringently there it is monitored, each and every factor, so that any small deviation can easily be captured, and we have to take action on it before it makes changes and chaos in the process. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. Are you clear with this explanation? Super clear, hai? Very good, very good, very good. See, now in our regular practices also, we have incoming process quality check, right? Incoming material quality check. How many of you have this kind of system in your company? Just type me in the chat box. Incoming process quality check, right? Yes, every company does it. What is that? It's the same thing. It's the same thing, correct? So before it enters into the process, you are checking the quality, quantity, everything, all the properties which are there exactly matching with the requirement. Otherwise, what will happen if you don't have the checkpoint, then anything which can enter inside and make a chaos in the process. Correct? Exactly. GRN, quality analysis, everything of the raw material. This all are the part of this kind of process management charts. Okay. Now, after that, they have calculated the actual saving. So earlier in the define phase, it was potential saving, and this is the actual saving. Because, see, remember, I mentioned earlier that the target, the baseline was 4.77 and the target was 4.66, something like that. But they have achieved 4.54. They have got reduced even further. Okay. So instead of 1.46 lakhs, they have almost doubled the saving. Okay. So they have saved almost 2.8 crore rupees in a year. Okay. That is a fantastic, successful project. So this is how, again, you have to validate this with the help of, finance head. Okay. Before validation, you should not present this. Very simple formula. Okay. Without validation, कोई भी number आपको display नहीं करना है. Understand this. Okay. If you display the number without validation, then you are up for a big debate during the top management review meeting. Okay. So the validation signing off process is very, very important. After that, then you have to list down what are the intangible benefit. Intangible meaning, let's say, for example, communication between the, coordination of the team has improved. That is an intangible benefit. Intangible meaning, while going across the shop floor, you will not immediately understand the coordination, but this is a benefit you have received, right? Okay. So look at this: team building approach, improved responsibility, accountability, a thought process of analysis of the problem, or data driven approach, clear understanding of the process. Okay. Striving for goal achievement has increased, process improvement, department barriers have melted. Now, this is very important. Departments barriers have melted because now all the departmental people, other department people also are working towards one common goal. Okay. That's why department barriers are melted. Okay. So these are called intangible benefit. And some of the key lessons learned also you can mention, right? So identification of problem, improved intra-department relationship, data-driven approach, presentation skills, okay, improved, then Six Sigma tools like cause and effect, FMEA, effort benefit, control chart, Minitab software, all these things we can mention here. All right. So this is what basically about it. Are you clear with this, guys? Just type yes in the chat box. Clear hai ye? Everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Super clear. Very good. Very good. So, see, I can show you so many case studies. You just have to follow, the tools, which tools they have used in which phase. That's it. Once you go through this, over and over and over and again, then you will become more confident about DMAC framework and these kinds of, case study. Now, see, we have got a little time left. So let me try to, so there are two options. One is I can open the forum for question answer, or I can show you another case study. So what do you want me to do? Tell me in the chat box. Accordingly, I will do. If you are very much tired, I can directly open the forum for the question answer. Or you want another case study, I can show you another case study as well. It depends on. Okay, fantastic. Super. So you guys are hungry. Fantastic. I really like this. Okay, so I have a small case study. Small nahi hai, lekin I will just cover it in the, I have a small IT case study, by the way. Okay, so let me share my screen. And yes. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So this is the IT case study. Okay. Now this particular case study which I'm showing you, I will be sharing with you. These specific steam wala consumption wala case study, that I may not be able to share that case study with you because I just showcased you with the masking of the company name, etc., etc. But we actually cannot share that because it's a client case study. Of course, this also But this I will share because we have completely what you can say, overhauled this entire case study. Okay. Now coming back to Lean Six Sigma IT case study. Now this I will put you below the recording. Okay. Recording ke niche rahega. You can download this case study as well. Okay. Now the project was to reduce the software bug fixing lead time. Okay. Bug fixing lead time. Now you need not to be an IT expert into this. Like earlier, you need not to be a technical expert or a chemical engineer for solving that problem, right? Now here, in this case, there is an IT company, and the bug fixing is a very common practice in application development, software development, etc. Okay. So currently they are they are taking 25 days to fix the bugs. Now they want to reduce it by 10 days. Okay. From 25 days to 15 days. So the challenge is software bug fixes were taking too far long to complete. The goal is to reduce from 25 days to 15 days. That is what. So this would save money, time that could be spent on developing new feature. Okay. See, fixing the bug is nothing but a rework. Understand this? Okay. So bug is kind of a defect which is created in the product, and you are fixing it again and again. You are doing the rework on the same product, right? Instead of that rework, you can actually, your team can focus on developing some new features and ultimately increasing some customer revenue and boosting the team's morale. So that's the objective, to reduce the rework time. Okay. So in the define phase, what we have done is the problem statement. So data collected from August to September. So they have collected, a data of almost 1 year. Shows that the current total lead time of the software bug fixes is average 25 days. This results into missing milestones by test teams and delivery delays to the customer. Okay. The goal statement is to decrease the software bug fixes lead time from 25 to 15 days by March 20, whatever it is the year. Okay. And these are the benefit business case. Business case is why this project is important for the business and what are the strategic benefits we are going to get out of it. Okay. So this is what they have written. And the scope. What is the scope? Scope meaning the boundary of the project. What is the first step? So here they have written what is the first step of the process, what is the last step of the process. Okay. So first step of the process in this case is fix the request ticket created by the customer. Okay. And the last step is fix the request ticket built in the official branch. Now these are all the, their internal language, process language. So in scope is what? The ticket assignment process, code development process, etc. The in scope, and out of scope is nothing but hardware additions, official build, load delivery, and test processes done by external team. These process steps are taken out of scope of this particular project. Okay. Out of scope meaning in the project, we are not going to focus on these areas. In scope meaning we are going to focus in these areas. Okay. Clear? Yeah. So scope is nothing but a boundary of the project. Once that is decided, then the timeline. So you can break down the timeline. What is the define phase, measure phase, when you're going to start, analyze phase, improve and control phase, etc. Okay. Just for your understanding, just for your reference, see, there are 5 levels in the DMAC hierarchy, like white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and master black belt. Everybody knows this, correct? Now, white belt is a pure awareness sessions. Okay, just awareness about Lean Six Sigma. That's it. They are the people, they don't do the project. Okay. Yellow belt people can do the small project. Generally, within 1 month, they have to deliver the results. Okay. Green belt project generally take 3 months to deliver the results. Black belt project generally 4 to 6 months to deliver the results. Master black belt, again, they do not do the projects on their own, but they are the mentors. Okay. Their role is to mentor basically to yellow belt, green belt, black belt. They give the training, coaching, identifying the projects, coaching them, consulting them. These are the roles of master black belt. So white belt don't do the projects, master black belt don't do the projects, and in between yellow belt, green belt, and the black belts do the projects. And these timelines can further be broken down into phase-wise manner: define phase, measure phase, analyze, improve, and control phase. Are you clear? Just type yes in the chat box if you're clear with this. So let's consider this as a green belt project, which has been broken down into 3 months, has been broken down into certain areas. Okay. Clear? Very good. Very good. Out of which analyze phase and the improve phase generally takes more time. Okay. Analyze and improve phase will take more time. So these are team members, their title, their commitment of time. So members and the roles and responsibility, etc. We can write in the, in the project charter as well. Okay. December 13. Ha. So what does it mean? It means the planned date was December 14, but actually they started one day before on December 13 itself. So planning was there to start on December 14, meaning 14th of December they wanted to start, but they started working on control phase one day before. That's what it means. Okay. Yeah. So for example, improve phase, they wanted to start in November 21, but actually they started in December 1st. So they delayed by 10 days. Okay. Yeah. So that's how planned and actual. So they just have the comparison of this. These are team members. And then, yeah, then this is called SIPOC. Okay. Now SIPOC, everybody knows SIPOC is now for the new members. This will come in again the define phase. It's a broad level process map where you define what is your boundary of the project, what is the input of each and every process, what is the output of each and every process, who is the supplier of the input, and who is the customer of the input. The full form of SIPOC is supplier, input, process, output, and customer, right? Now, in this case, if you remember, we all know that input, process, output, right? Input, process, and output, we all know, correct? That's what we have learned everywhere. There is an input, there is a process in the middle, and there is an output of that, right? Now, the input is given by the supplier. Supplier gives the input, and output goes to the customer. So that's why it's called as supplier, input, process, output, and a customer. It's a broad level process map. This is called SIPOC. Very, very important. It has got immense amount of advantages. It defines the boundary of the project. It defines all the inputs, which are nothing but factors, okay, X's. So if you see here, if you consider whatever all the columns, all the factors they have listed here in this column basically are all the important inputs, which are, y is equal to function of X, right? All the X's you can find out in this input column, okay, if it is done properly, okay? And then in the supplier column, as well as in the customer column, whoever are listed, all they are your stakeholders, okay? So you have to take them on board as a project team members as well, one by one, okay? One representative for each and every stakeholders, okay? So this is called as SIPOC. Everybody please type SIPOC in the chat box. SIPOC is a very important tool, and all the green belt, the new members, you can understand SIPOC in your green belt define phase. You have a detailed explanation given about SIPOC, okay? Now this is as is detailed process map, okay? Now understand this. Whenever you have time related project, okay, remember this. Whenever there is a time related project, now because this project is to reduce the time to fix the bug from 15 days to 25 days to 15 days, right? This was the project, right? So it's a time reduction project. In this kind of a project, we must include as is process mapping. Okay, we must include as is process mapping and VA NVA analysis. Okay, which of course in the green belt level we will understand. But as is process mapping, nothing but this is the step number 1. Okay, then step number 2, then step number 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it goes to the customer. Again, it comes back if it is not okay. Okay, if it is not okay, it goes back again in this loop. If it is okay, then it goes again to this step, this step, this step, this step. Okay, so this is called a detailed process map. Why this is so important? Because then once we map this process like this, then for each and every process step, how much time it is taking on an average, we can identify. Okay, then we can identify what is the bottleneck area, which area we need to focus, which area is the most critical for our project. That is something which can identify once we do the detailed as is process map. Then we come to the measure phase. We make a data collection plan. Okay, in the measure phase, we collect all the data, right? So who will collect what kind of data? What is the frequency of collecting the data? Where it will be stored? Okay, how that data will be collected? Everything we will actually define in the data collection plan. Okay, data collection plan is a plan where all these details are listed. All right, in the measure phase, we have to do this. After that, this is called a baseline data. Now, this you can call it as a time series plot. Okay. Earlier in the earlier project, it was a control chart because we have the average line and the control limits as well. Here, there is no control limits. Only one red line has been drawn with the help of this is a PPT. Okay. So they have just plotted one red line as a mean, which is 5.81. Now, for bug fixing, now this is every dot is representing how much time for every bug fixing they have taken in the number of days. Okay. So sometimes they have taken 8 days, sometimes they have taken 45 days, 50 days, sometimes 60 days as well, 55 days. Okay. On an average, they are taking 25 days to fix the bug. That is what the baseline data. Baseline meaning before we start the project, whatever data we collect, that is called baseline project, baseline data. Okay. Now they go ahead and this is called as histogram. Correct? Histogram. Now, so there, how many data points are there? So there are total 279 data points they have collected. Okay. The average is 25.8. We have already seen that. The standard deviation is 10.5. The minimum is 3 days and the maximum is 55 days. So minimum 3 days they have taken, maximum they have taken 55 days. Average is 25. Okay. And then percentile, quartile, everything you will understand, as we go along, we will cover that. Okay. Then after that, we go into analyze phase. This is the fishbone analysis. We have already seen that. Followed by, now, here, fishbone and root cause analysis they have done. Along with that, they have done the value add, non-value added analysis. What is that? So here, they have just listed down all the process steps. In this case, all the process steps, like assign the ticket to the software developer. Now, where it is value added, non-value added, and there is something called NVAR. NVAR is nothing but non-value added required. Okay. Or in other words, we call it as a business value added as well. I'll give you example of this. I'll give you example. Okay. I will give you example of this. Let's say you go to a courier company. Okay. Now you want to send the packet. Let's say you have a packet to be sent. You stay in Mumbai and you want to send the packet to Delhi. Okay. And you pay 500 rupees to the courier company for this sending, right? Now, why have you given this 500 rupees? So that your packet can be safely, without any damage, can be sent to the customer at Delhi. Clear? So you are ready to pay between Mumbai to Delhi, and this is called value added. Because you cannot see, if you travel, now understand this, what is value added? If I want to give one product to my customer at Delhi, I'm staying in Mumbai, but physically if I go, that will be time consuming, that will be cost, that will not be cost effective. It will consume a lot of my cost, a lot of my time, etc. Okay. Instead of that, I will give it to the courier company, and courier will dispatch that material from one point to my customer doorstep within 500 rupees. It is very economical for me and very much time saving for me. Clear? So that's why it is called value added. Are you clear? Value added. Are you clear with this point? Just type yes in the chat box. I will be more than happy to give this 500 rupees to the courier company. Clear? That is called value added. Yes or no? Everybody? Yes. Whatever product or service you have, you give it to the customer. Customer is ready to give the value. See, we go to the restaurant, right? And for some food, for some dinner or lunch, etc. So restaurant people serve us the dinner or lunch. That is called a value added, because we are hungry. Cooking ourselves, it will be time consuming, not cost effective. So we go to a restaurant and ready made, we order the food, we consume the food and pay the bill. It's called value added service. Okay. Now, What is non-value added in this, for example, they told me, they committed me to deliver within 3 working days from Mumbai to Delhi within 3 working days. I said, okay, but they delayed it by 7 days. And now my packet has reached to, after 10 days. So the delay is of 7 days. And this delay is a non-value added. Non-value added, if you remember Teamwood, everybody, do you remember Teamwood? We have covered in the yellow belt level as well. Transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, correct? So in this case, it's a waiting vest. My customer is waiting. I'm also anxious that when my packet will reach there, when my product will reach there. So it's a waiting vest, correct? So these are called as, non-value added activities where I will not be ready to pay. Okay, so value added is clear, non-value added is clear. There is something called, in this case, they are calling it NVAR, which is non-value added, R meaning required, non-value added but required, or in some cases, it is also called as business value added. Business value added. I'll give you example of this. Okay, if I'm sending this material by a container truck, okay, or a container, right? Now tell me, fueling that container or maintenance of that container, will I pay for the maintenance of the engine, maintenance of the tires, pressure, or fueling that uska wo jo fueling hai, let's say diesel? Will I pay for the diesel? Will I pay for the maintenance charges? Yes or no? Type in the chat box. As a customer, will I pay for the courier company's container maintenance charges? Will I pay for it? Absolutely no. But is it essential? But is it essential for the courier company to deliver? But is it essential? Just type yes or no in the chat box. But is the maintenance essential? वो ट्रक को मेंटेन करना जरूरी है कि नहीं है? Yes, absolutely. So these are the activities. These are the activities which are important for the business, but not for the customer. Customer is least bothered about it. Customer is not worried about it. Will customer pay for the maintenance charges of the machine in your factory? No. Will customer pay for, let's say, your company organize Lean Six Sigma training program for your employees? Will customer pay for consultant fees? Will customer pay for consultant fees? No, customer will not pay for consultant fees, but this training program is required for the business to enhance their productivity, profitability, etc. Okay, and these activities are called as business value add or non-value added but required activities, NVAR activities. Are you clear? Are you clear with this differentiation of value added, non-value added, and business value added activities? Clear, everybody? Okay, so this is what they have done in this entire segment. Okay, so they have first listed the process steps and they have given, is it value added, is it non-value added, and how much time it is taking in hours and minutes. Okay, how much time it is taking in hours and minutes, they have calculated that as well. Okay, now this is called as box plot. In the green belt level, in the major phase, you will understand what is box plot. Okay, in the short, I will explain you. Box plot is nothing but, okay, now what they have done is, these are all the process steps. Okay, you can see here, these are all the process steps. And they have divided the process steps into 4 major chunks. Okay, what are the 4 major chunks here? First chunk is called as ticket assigned lead time. So ticket assigned lead time. So you can see this is a box plot. Now, in this case, the height of the box plot, height is basically defining the variation. Understand this. The center line of the box plot is nothing but the average. Are you understanding? Okay. So you can consider the ticket assignment lead time is, and you can see the scale. Okay. 0, 5, 10, 15. These are the number of days actually. Okay. So ticket assignment on an average is taking 2 days. You can see here 2 days. That's why you can see this box plot, very short variation. So variation is not very high and the average is around 2 days. Now coming back to the second, this is the biggest chunk, which is taking 15 days time. And this is called as ticket ready to submit lead time. You can see huge variation. The average is 15, around 15 is the average. Okay, here you can consider 15 is the average, but you can see the variation. Sometimes it takes around 2 days, but sometimes it is taking around 40, 42 days as well. Height is showing the variation of the process. So sometimes this activity is done in 2 days, but sometimes this activity is done in 40 days plus as well. So this is a very, very important activity to focus. Okay. Then the ticket code, again, the average is around 3. You can consider this one, average around 3, and variation is also low. And the fourth activity is average around 5, and there is a medium kind of variation. But this, the second activity, has got a maximum amount of variation and most amount of time requirement. Okay. Then after this analysis is done, then we go further for, okay, then we go further in the improve phase. So they generally generate some solutions here. Okay. And so potential solution they have generated. Let me just see here. Now see, they have just given very short presentation here. So solutions they have generated through Scamper. And now there is a different model of solution prioritization they have used. Okay. So this is something which you have seen in the earlier project as well, or you can do effort benefit analysis as well in this solution prioritization. Okay. Once solutions are prioritized, this is the 2B process map. So there are some kind of changes in the process you have done. Earlier was as is meaning jaisa hai vaisa process, and 2B meaning the improved version of the process map. Okay, so they have just suggested some modification in the process. So this is the process map of the after improvement. And after implementation, you can see the average from 25.8 days has been reduced down. Okay, reduced down to approximately around 15 days. Okay, you can see here the changes after implementation. And you can see the after implementation, the average is around 15.640. Okay, this is the mean, which is the average, has been brought down to 15.640. All right. So in the control phase, they have done the control chart, the control plan. It's a different kind of control plan. And this is the monitoring and response plan, which we have seen in the earlier project as well. Who will monitor what and what kind of response they will take. This is what they have done. And the project closure. What are the lessons learned? What is the impact on the customer? What is the final calculation? Okay. So effort saving 46 man days or people month. Okay. So 46 people month they have saved, which has saved around $384,000 in savings. Okay. This was the real project done with this. Okay. I'll share this document with you so that please go through that as well. Okay. Are you clear with this? A quick glimpse about a second IT project as well. The same kind of what you can say, process flow we have also observed here. Clear? Okay, so for KPMG, you have developed R&D project for this. Okay, fantastic, superb, great to know this. Are you clear with this? Fantastic. So I'm just open for the question answer. Now for the new members, if you have any question, there is a raise hand option over there. Okay, there are two options. You can just put your question in the chat box as well, or you want to ask one-on-one, you can just raise your hand. Then you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. And that question can be anything about the today's topic, whatever we have covered, or about your studies, etc. Okay, you can raise your hand and ask the questions. Meanwhile, I will just quickly give some update to the new members. All the new members, meanwhile, have you received your login ID details? Just give me yes or no in the chat box, everybody. I hope everybody would have received by today all the login ID details. All the members who have taken admission yesterday. Okay, if you have not yet received, okay, this is your number. Okay, just send a message, WhatsApp message on this number. that I haven't received yet the login ID details. Clear? Okay, just send a message and our team will do the, the basic. Now, once you get the login ID, log in into the LMS system. You can log in via your mobile phone or your laptop, desktop, whichever way. Okay, it is fine. Just make sure while login, your internet speed will be around at least 10 Mbps. Okay, to get the maximum benefit out of it. Okay. PWD will be created self or will be provided. What is PWD, by the way? PWD क्या है? मैं समझ नहीं पाया. Password. अच्छा. हाँ. So password में, if you are not able to generate the password, so you can generate your self password as well. If you are not able to generate, just send a message on this WhatsApp number and we will generate and give it to you. Okay. Yeah. Now, once you develop the login ID password, so you can start your journey from course number 1 in LMS. I'll show you that. I will show you where is the course number 1, and course number 1 is the green belt. Okay. So we have signed up for 2 certifications. One is the green belt to begin with. Second is the black belt. Okay. So first stage is the green belt. So look at this. So this is the course 1. Okay. Lean Six Sigma green belt certification course. So just start with this. Okay. These are all small 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes videos. Just go through these video lectures step by step. Okay. And whenever you get stuck, just send a message on our mentor's WhatsApp number, which has been given to you. It's a very simple procedure. Okay. These are small. So this is the introduction to Lean Six Sigma. Then this is the DMAC overview. Then it's a define phase. Then it's a Minitab. Okay. You can access Minitab from here as well. The measure phase. It's the same DMAC framework. Okay. These are the tools. Okay. The Minitab exercise also given. So you can do this Minitab exercise. Like say, for example, this is Pareto chart. So this is a video lecture of Pareto chart of 7 minutes. And then the Minitab exercise. If I click on start, then there are Pareto chart exercises given in this. You can just click on this. It will get downloaded and you can just practice with along with this. Okay. So first see the, first see this video and then download this and practice it on your own. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And how to access Minitab, I'll show you. Clear? So Minitab कैसे access करना है? In the same green belt, there is something called Meet Minitab. Okay, this segment after define phase. Click on this. Click on this second option. Second option है यहाँ पे. This is the name. Okay. There is a video how you can access Minitab. There is a video given. It's a 2 minute 38 seconds video. Very simple. Below the video, there is a zip folder. Okay, click on this zip folder. You will get the access of this software. Here, everybody. And in case of any challenge, any doubt, please let us know and our team will be more than happy to support you. So to begin with, just get the login ID password and, save this number, WhatsApp number on your mobile phone, right? So to get the updates about the live sessions regularly. Okay. And if you miss the live session, the recording will be available in the masterclass archive. Okay. Superb. So no question as of now. Doesn't matter. Rajji, doesn't matter. There is a bug actually. Okay. There is a bug. A lot of people have complained about it and we have raised this to, to the technical team in US. Okay. About this bug that even after completing, it does not show the complaint, but doesn't matter. Okay. You keep tracking your own notes. Okay. That will be good enough. Okay. These templates, all the templates are available in the green belt level at the bottom. Okay. The project templates are also available. The project case studies are also available in the green belt as well as the black belt. Okay. In the masterclass archive also, there is a lot of content available. Please go through this. First, my recommendation is, before certification, don't go anywhere. Just focus on course number 1 and then course number 2, the black belt. Okay. First, you complete course number 1, give the examination, get certification of green belt, then go to course number 2, complete this course, give exam, get certification. In between, attend the live sessions. Okay. That's good enough. Once you complete your green belt and black belt, then only focus on the masterclass archive and the other bonus courses. Otherwise, you will get lost in the other bonus courses. Okay. Just focus on course number 1 and course number 2 as of now. That will be my suggestion. Clear? Yes. Every tools are, every details are given in the course content itself. If you require more information, just connect with our mentor and we will be more than happy to support you. All right. Yes. Thank you very much. It's already 9:30, close to 9:30. So we are closing this. Thank you very much for joining in. Keep learning, keep growing. This is Desh Patil. Thank you very much. Good night. Take care. We'll connect again.